Hey guys, this is Teddy. Thanks for tuning in again, and please open up with me to the book of Galatians chapter 1. Alright, so I just want to give a heartfelt thank you to everyone that is supporting this channel and supporting this ministry. Thanks so much for sending support to help us keep going over here in the land of Israel. I just want to give a little update about the flat tires with the electric moped that I use to get around. This bicycle pump, you'd think it was good because it's made of metal and plastic and rubber, but I just found that it was becoming too difficult. It really wasn't working to get the air pressure up to the right level. And so I ended up traveling over to one of the nearby cities and I got this bicycle pump. You would think this one is just plastic. It's complete plastic, but you know what? It works really, really great. With this pump, all plastic, I can get the air pressure up to the right level, which helps to reduce the amount of flaps. Because with bicycle inner tubes, you get flats if the pressure is too high, and you also get flats if the pressure is too low, because it causes pinches between the rim and the tire. So this is the battery for the electric bike, and it weighs a lot. It kind of weighs something similar to a gas tank, but it's a lot less expensive to fill this up with electricity than it is to fill a tank with gas. So I just give thanks for these blessings and ways to be able to save. So in Galatians, I just want to get into this topic a little bit here real quick in Galatians chapter 1, because of religions that exist in various places which seem good and they seem to make sense, but when you check into it more carefully, you see that there's a false foundation. Galatians chapter 1, starting with verse 6. I am stunned into silence, as if dead of speaking, that you have so quickly forgotten Mashiach, who has called you to his grace, and have gone to another gospel that is non-existent. But there are men who agitated you and desired to pervert the good news of Mashiach. For if us, or even a messenger from heaven, preach outside from what was preached to you, let them be cursed. As I said before, so I say again, whichever man preaches to you outside of what you have received, let him be accursed. Now, as far as we know, this is the first letter to the Galatians, the first and only letter to the Galatians that we ever heard of, that we ever knew of. So when it's written here in verse 9, as I said before, that's either referring immediately to verse 8 right before, whichever man preaches to you outside of what you have received, let him be accursed. That is a repeat from verse 8. If any of us, or a messenger from heaven, preach outside from what was preached to you, let him be accursed. So either verse 9 is extra emphasis for verse 8, highly likely. It's also possible that verse 9 is referring to, as I said before when I was with you in person, in face-to-face, before this letter was written, I said to you in person, face-to-face, that if anyone preaches to you outside what we have preached to you, meaning the apostles have preached to you, even if one of us apostles preaches to you another gospel different from what you have received before, or even if an angel from heaven preaches to you a different gospel from what has already up until now been preached to you, then let him be accursed, and basically disregard that message. Now, I say this because, for example, the Mormon religion is based upon an angelic visitation to Joseph Smith, and on the basis of that authority of the angelic visitation, this whole new book is written, this whole new religion is formed, and many people are led astray. Islam is the same thing. The whole authority for the whole thing is based upon a so-called visitation from so-called angel Gabriel, someone who called himself Gabriel, appeared to Muhammad and gave him all this info that contradicts what had been written earlier in the Bible. It contradicts both what was written in the New Testament, in the Brit Chadashah, or in the Old Testament, which is in Hebrew known as the Tanakh. Tanakh is an abbreviation which means the Torah, the Nevi'im, and the Ketuvim. The Torah means the first 5 books, the books of Moses. The Nevi'im means the prophets. And the Ketuvim means the writings, which would be the Psalms and the Proverbs and the Song of Songs, otherwise known as the Song of Solomon, and so forth. The angel that came to Muhammad spoke something different than what had been already delivered before in the Brit Chadashah, in the renewed covenant, and in the Tanakh. That angel that came to Joseph Smith in the USA spoke a different gospel. Now, at least in terms of Islam, they claim to accept the Tanakh, the Old Testament. The religion of Islam claims to accept the New Testament, the renewed covenant, the Brit Chadashah. But then they have the Quran, and that's where you get this story of Muhammad and this angel named Gabriel and whatever. But in Islam, they believe that later writings supersede earlier writings. But the Judeo-Christian religious system does not accept that later writings supersede earlier writings. That everything must harmonize together in the whole counsel of the word. So here it is earlier written, 600 years before somebody that called himself an angel came to Muhammad. 600 years prior, it was already written that if another angel or another gospel is preached to you, don't accept it. So on the basis of that, you can help your friends that are trapped in Islam to get free on the basis of this scripture. Galatians 1, 6 through 9. You can help people get free from various religious mistakes based on this. And I've been reading to you from the Aramaic English New Testament that's still available. It's very rare these days. It's a very high price now because it's out of print. The Aramaic English New Testament is on the jtod.org website. Also, I have on the site the George Lamza translation of the entire Bible, translated direct from the Aramaic straight into the English. And the Aramaic text of the Bible, both of the Brit Chadashah, the renewed covenant, and the Tanakh, the Old Testament, is a very important part of the library of biblical texts that we have. So it's worth checking into. Either if you can get that from our website at jtod.org, whether you choose the AENT or if you get the Lamza, that will also go and help. You can also send donations and you can help that way as well. There's other things that are available on the website. You can send donations as well that can help. Because as you can see, this channel is not advertising supported. There's no monetization on this YouTube. But it does help the algorithm. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, click the bell, all that blah, blah, blah. But anyway, thank you so much. Thanks for paying attention. And I hope this scripture has blessed you today. Thanks for tuning in again today on the channel here at Jerusalem Tabernacle of David. And shalom and many greetings from here in Samaria in the land of Israel. See you soon.
See that cloud